Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to the Dice Warmers, a podcast where we talk about all things geeky and we occasionally have structure and coherent thoughts. I am Vas, and with me today, as always, we have Kaz
Hi.
and David.
Hello.
And we are now officially launched. We have an episode out there for people
Ah.
to listen to and
Mhm.
cringe to, I guess. You can find us on
I didn't cringe too much when I
anchor.fm,
listened to it.
anchor.fm/ the Dice Warmers. We are on Spotify as well. We're soon to be on Apple Podcasts and
What?
Google
That's new to
Podcasts.
me. Oh, good.
Yeah, it takes a while for things to sync across all the different platforms, apparently. We are on social media, people. We are on Facebook. We are on Twitter. We are
What?
Instagram at Dice Warmers. So find
I
us
think we're
and
on a
send
lot
us
of
a
things now, aren't
thingy
we?
as well. Yeah, you can also send us a voice message through Anchor. That's going to be weird for us to listen to.
Followed.
But yeah, we have social media. Oh, and we have a YouTube channel as well, which is no idea because we don't
Just
have an
just
actual
search for
URL.
Dice Warmers. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like there's
Just
only going to be
Google
one
Dice Warmers
result.
and it's going
Let's
to come
be
up with a
honest.
lot of things. Yeah.
Uh,
So we are all over the place now.
Mhm.
All we need is a big following of like 30 to 40,000 people now, and we're set.
Oh, you're being a
But-
bit
I know.
restrictive there.
I would say like 100 by
40,000.
the end of the year.
I'm
You
looking
have to
for at least
start
50.
somewhere. You have to start
All
somewhere.
right. Let's start at 10,000 and move on up to 50, shall we?
Okay, so 10,000, then we get our first big sponsorship,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
which
Ooh.
boosts us to like the 6 digits, like 100,
Anybody to do with like RPG, dice. We're not like restricted to anyone. We like peanuts.
No,
We'll go.
no.
Anyone who wants to sponsor us.
So like maybe like Wizards of the Coast approaches
Yeah.
us and are like, "Hey, Kaz, your voice is so magical. Would you like to, advertise us?"
Spam. This is totally not real.
But then it turns out to be real and they keep messaging you.
They said the
saying,
word. Your voice is so magical. I know it's fake. I'll send a message back going, Vass, is it you?
I heard you were a very nice host, you know.
Hello, this is me, the guy from Wizards of the Coast. Totally not Vas. Is this Kaz?
You have a magical voice. Yeah, right.
That's when you know they're bullshitting you.
Yes.
Speaking of sponsors, though, not really a sponsor, but we need to give a shout out to RP Haven,
Yes.
which is our local gaming group here in Cardiff.
Mm-hmm.
And they were kind enough to give us a shout out for our new podcast.
Yeah. Oh.
And if you, like us, are also caught up in this pandemic, which, let's face it, you are, because, you're on the
who
same
isn't?
planet as us.
Unless they're listening in the future, it could be all over by then.
Oh, yeah, that's
2022.
true. Yeah. Anyway, if you're living in 2021, you can join RP Haven and have some gaming online.
Yes, they have various branches across the southern of the UK, it seems.
Do they,
Wales,
David?
apparently.
Where can they find them?
Well, currently there are 2 in Cardiff, 1 in Plymouth, and the others in London around Hammersmith, Archway Branch, Stanford Branch, and Lewisham Branch. I just
so many
realised
magical places.
I know. They don't really exist because I actually added a branch on top of that, not realising. I thought it was
Now they may have to open a branch just because we said it exists.
Yeah.
Archway
Either
Branch.
way,
I thought it was the actual street name, but no.
I'm hoping to get a Google sponsorship, so just Google RP Haven, and yeah.
And it will point you to rphaven.co.uk. But Google it first, because
Google it
Google
first, yeah.
is our friend.
Mm-hmm.
And
Not sponsored by Google, but we're hoping.
Yeah.
I tell you what we'll do. We'll put up a disclaimer at the end in text underneath saying bring a shot glass and a drink. Every time we say Google, take a shot.
I don't think we need to put a disclaimer about the fact that we're not sponsored by Google. I don't think anyone. Yeah, I don't think anyone believes that we are. Oh God.
Let's hope. Actually, you know what? I don't really mind who sponsors us. Just anyone would be nice.
Yeah, just give us money.
Let's get more than one episode out first, though.
I know. Well, we could always do a couple and see what happens before we
Oh
Go
yeah,
for any content.
you think a couple is going to get us a sponsorship, David? Oh,
I don't know. It depends on who we meet.
Because David, I was hoping like this episode would be Google, then the third episode would be Facebook,
Oh,
and
oh
then
no,
like
no, no.
maybe a
Third
movie
episode.
for the fourth one.
The third episode is going to be Apple. Fourth episode is going to be
Ooh,
Microsoft, and then the fifth episode is
Apple. So
Disney.
we're gonna have Apple and Microsoft as our
Oh yeah,
sponsors.
because they're going to be fighting for us. Because and then fifth episode, because Disney owns everything, they're
Oh
going to
God,
notice
the
that
overlords
Google,
are gonna
Microsoft,
descend upon us.
Apple, Disney are going to want to buy us out because we're going to
I
be
know.
that big.
So, Kaz, do you think
Let's
you'll
hope.
become a Disney princess?
I would love to be a Disney princess. Who wouldn't? I mean,
I mean,
which female wouldn't? Be
I
really
would
cool one though.
love to be a Disney princess.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd have to be a
do,
really
do,
cool one though. I don't
do
know.
they have a bearded one yet, or would I be the first one?
Well,
Me-
I did actually see a meme at one point in time that was about how obviously Marvel is owned by Disney now, and in some universes Thor is actually a woman.
Yes.
So Thor is a Disney princess.
That's not a
So,
spoiler
yeah.
for the new Thor movie, but Natalie Portman's character in it will be female Thor, but that's not spoilers because
But
that's pretty much
yeah,
known.
but that so there is a possibility of a bearded princess.
Okay, so yeah, Disney, if you're listening to us, yeah, we'll take you on. It's fine. We'll be whatever you want us to be.
I think
It's
if they approached us, we wouldn't really have a choice because I'm fairly sure
That's true. We'd
they
have to
can buy
lower our
everyone
shields.
regardless of anything.
Yeah. They put us on
We
Disney
wouldn't
Plus and
even
say
know
you must
that
have
we
a
were
PG
owned by them. It would just be like turn around and all of a sudden we're owned by them. How did that happen?
We might be owned by them right now, and we just don't know.
Exactly. Well,
Who owns this platform?
If
Just
we're
on
owned and I'm not getting paid, I'm gonna be really upset. I'm just saying.
You're doing
no,
it for the
because we're like
experience,
slaves, aren't we? Owned
exposure.
like slaves, not owned like,
Okay.
employees.
Hmm.
There's a difference.
That makes sense. Then,
But
yeah.
Disney are the overlords, so
In that
Oh,
case, I'm
hail
not upset.
Disney.
yeah, we can't really be upset with Disney, can you?
And that's where we cut ties with Disney's. And
Yep.
any
Oh no, I love Disney. Disney's actually pretty awesome.
Hmm. They make very
Yes,
good
we love
movies.
Disney, and all people who are willing to sponsor us.
Yeah, all right. Let's get away from this now because it's starting to get boring with the whole sponsorship thing. It's not going to happen for a long time if it does happen. So,
We can have hopes.
right.
So, what's
Mhm.
been going on in your lives, people, apart from the launching of this podcast?
Well, to drag back to RP Haven, we've just started a new
Mhm.
quarter, and
Yes.
Babs, joined the Cthulhu one run by our good friend Tash.
That's very true. David decided to stay clear of our gaming group and stayed with his Pathfinder game.
I know.
Yeah, but he's in love with Pathfinder, so
I like it, but I'm just saying that I want to complete it. I want to finish the
that's
story
fine.
arc.
If they're playing, still running a game, then that makes sense.
But just so you know, David, we're going to have way more fun than you.
Oh, we
I
are
know.
most
I
definitely.
know.
I don't even know what your game's like because I wasn't in it, but we're definitely having more fun.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
I mean,
better than you.
You know that sort of expression of when you start to pile the dice into a tower? I've pretty much gone to the ceiling with my dice. I think that's the kind. I do love the game. It's just like, yeah.
Whereas our game, David, is a modern Call of Cthulhu game. So we're playing in 2019. I play a Catholic priest / exorcist. Kaz is playing.
all right, I'm playing a perpetual student, nerd, geek who likes technology and things, but has been a student for so long and studied so many different things. She's a bit of a
So
bit
like
of
a
dab
Piers
hand in a lot of
Hawthorne, that
things.
kind of.
She's also an intern at a
An
TV station.
intern, intern at a TV station that researches ghostly activity. So
Well, that's
Ooh.
one of the shows,
yeah,
right? Yeah. So Rob
Ghostly
is like the
activities, the
star
Rob's
of said show.
Okay.
he's a psychic, yeah.
Well,
Air quote psychic,
yeah, he's like a fraud, I guess.
psychologist. He's a
Yeah.
psychologist, but
And then we have what's Raul playing? He's playing the security of the whole
yeah,
show, I guess. So
Mhm.
he's like the hired muscle.
Okay.
And then we have Nathaniel, who I have no idea how the hell is gonna fit into this whole thing.
I don't know.
But he's playing a big game hunter.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I think he
Wait, in
never said
England?
Okay.
openly that he was playing a big game hunter. I think he might be going down the big game hunter route for the technical side of things, but I reckon he is a ghost hunter.
But just can't
I
admit
think.
it.
Well, no. I think he's a ghost hunter. He hasn't told us because he
Ah.
wants it to be a surprise for session 1. But I think he's a ghost hunter. But the only way that that will work with the game itself is if he goes into the big game hunter kind of category archetype.
Hmm.
That's
Okay.
that's what I
uh,
think he's gone with.
Yeah. Well, you can classify
Doesn't make any
ghost
sense being a big game
ghouls as
hunter
big game,
otherwise.
really.
I don't know. I'm not sure how it's gonna all play out.
Where are you setting this
I could be
anyway?
completely wrong, by the way. He might actually be a big game hunter.
Is it in America? Or is it UK? Is it?
I think it's America. It's a
America.
fictional city. I think.
Colorado. Wait, Colorado?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
state is real, but I think the city is fictional. I
Yeah,
could be wrong though.
Just hoping that Tasha's read up on or watched up Community. I just want something without reference. You won't get it, but unless you have watched it. But
I watched
still.
a bit of Community, but it didn't like grab me.
I
Yeah,
haven't really
I
watched
know.
any of it, to be honest.
But no, it really does sound interesting. I haven't done a modern setting in Call of Cthulhu, so
I don't think.
Uh,
Well, I've
well,
run a one
you
shot
ran the
once.
one shot, and yeah.
Were you there for that one shot that I ran? The one in the oil rig?
no,
No.
I wasn't there,
No,
unfortunately.
Oil
I think it
rig.
was Nick, Simon, Elise. I can't remember who else was there. But yeah, it was fun.
Mhm.
Don't think to be honest, I'm trying to remember which ones I have played. I've played a lot of Cthulhu. I've played Firefighter, uh, Big Mama the mobster,
The Big Mama Fletcher,
Big Mama Fletcher.
which is set to make a comeback soon.
Yes.
Yay!
Dr. Shelley, the medical scientist.
Mhm.
Gone crazy scientist, yeah.
Gone crazy scientist. Yeah, I've played quite a few different characters actually, haven't I? Because we've done a lot of one shots.
What did you play in the two-headed serpent? Oh, you played the health, not health inspector. Jesus.
I played a germaphobe scientist who was a microbiologist, a germaphobe microbiologist.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. I played. I think I played a lot of doctors.
Well, you've played a couple.
I played like at least 2
You like
doctors, not
you like a
necessarily
lot of the
medical doctors.
sciencey.
I like being the smart one at the
You,
table.
you like being
I'm
called the
sorry to
doctor.
say, I'm sorry to say, but I like being the smart one at the table. I can't help it. I don't like doing dumb because it means I can't play dumb in my day to day very easily because I can't
Well,
control my mouth.
Is that the
I play dumb like all the time at work.
Yeah, well, you know,
uh,
Don't we all?
yeah.
So David, what's going on with your game?
the Pathfinder game? It's going alright.
Well, unless you're playing in some secret games that we don't know about.
No,
Are you?
definitely not. No, I'm only playing this one game, unfortunately. But no, the premise is I remember some. I think evil cult. I can't remember. I came into the game quite late-ish when a lot of the plot exposition was actually done. But mainly, I'm just following this ragtag group of adventurers who are trying to find out the cause of this cult and try to put a stop to it. I've gone to mountains, I've gone to upper cities, I've gone out of my comfort zone as a guard in what we call a Krellin, the city of Krellin. I've gone all about north of the country, and I've now made myself to Krellin after it's been taken over.
So if I remember correctly, now the campaign has come full circle, and you're back to the starting area of the
Yes,
campaign,
just 1
and
minute.
you find that the city is now taken over by this cult.
That is correct, yes. And we're trying to plant a siege in order to take it over, and we are currently in a cavern up north trying to find some.
So if a Pathfinder battle takes 3 sessions, how long is a siege?
If a
I'm
Pathfinder
sorry,
battle
I had
takes
to.
3 sessions, then a siege. Oh god, I'm there for the whole course, aren't I? Oh,
Wow. I
yeah.
mean, I think that's when you go a little bit too rule heavy.
I try.
It's
I. I
if a battle takes 3 3 hour sessions,
hmm
that's too
That,
rule heavy.
that's a bit too much, isn't
That's
it?
a
Yeah.
bit excessive even for.
I.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
I think you're nearing the point where you just switch to war games. Just play Warhammer 40k
Yeah.
or something.
I think I picked a bad character. Like I picked a guard, but yet this guard wants diplomacy to be his main uh, form of taking down these sort of criminals of the world. And I talked into a conversation, talked to a troll to try and recruit it into the guard, and it went horribly wrong because it would take me 10 rounds to do a conversation. And I went, what? 10 rounds to do a diplomacy check? No, thank you. So I'm now back to attacking the trolls that I wish would be on our side, but unfortunately not. There's no way in the Pathfinder rules to allow you to talk your way out of something in combat.
I can kind of
Doesn't
understand why it would. I know Pathfinder's looking to make things too real by the sounds of it. So a round is supposed to be about 6 seconds. So I can understand it taking a certain amount of time to
but
talk
only if
to
you're
them,
in combat with it.
but
Like if you're
not
trying
if
to
yeah,
negotiate while combat is going on, surely.
yeah,
Not if like you're
but
outside of combat.
it shouldn't be. Yeah, it shouldn't be part of a round. You shouldn't have it like that. It should be out of combat
Yeah.
Yeah,
communication
So
or
did you try to negotiate like while people were fighting?
yeah. So we didn't know what the enemy was until we actually went into initiative and combat. So when I actually found out what they were and knew all the backgrounds and the backstory of these two trolls, I went, hold on a second. I would like to talk to them and try to get them out of.
Yeah. In my head, that's more of a DM approach than a systems issue.
Mm.
Really. Like
yeah.
I find it hard to believe that Pathfinder, like hasn't predicted that people might want to talk, their way out of a situation rather than
Yeah,
fight.
exactly.
I
Yeah,
think it's just a DM choice rather
I
than.
uh, I don't want to be offensive, but from what you guys have told me, it doesn't sound like that's the sort of GM I would be happy playing with. But only
No,
because I like to not have
and
rules.
that's not offensive. Like people
No, no,
enjoy
no.
different styles, don't they?
I hate rules. Let's be honest. You all know I hate rules in games. If I can
I
fault
don't
them
hate
or go
rules, but
against them, I will.
I hate it when rules get in the way.
They ruin the flow.
yeah,
I like rules. Like I like rules that make sense and help the game along.
mm, mm,
You know, because
yeah,
some rules actually push you to do things, and I like that. Like they incentivize you in the right direction, while
I don't know. I
while
think I'm just a
others,
little bit of a rebel.
yeah,
Someone gives me a rule and I'm like, no, I will go against this. I just
I
make
know.
life awkward.
I think I make the GM very awkward when I want to do certain things.
Oh, David, you
Like
I
make
mean
everybody
that I
awkward.
can
Yeah,
believe.
everybody knows
Yeah,
that one. We've all,
like
hang on, both of us here have GM'd you. We know
yeah,
exactly what you're like.
I spend the whole session like saying at the beginning of the session, I want to save this person, but I want to use this rope to create a sort of like I want to throw it off geometrically correct that I can
that's
grab on.
why I've started the rule
Yeah,
of David. Tell me what you want to accomplish first, and then you can describe how you do it.
yeah.
But I need to know where the fuck you're going with this.
That's 100% exactly what I
Mm,
would actually say as
Yeah,
well. Like I enjoy listening to the babble, and because I understand David, I
yeah,
don't mind the babble that comes out because I can
yeah.
generally
But
pick out from it what you're aiming to
I
do.
find it easier to follow when I know where he's going
Yeah,
with
no,
it.
I don't need that.
Yeah. See,
I
you speak David. I
speak
don't. I
David. I
don't speak
don't
David.
understand how I do, but I do.
Yeah. I think you're just born with it.
It's a natural talent.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why when David babbles is plan because you describe exactly what you're going to do before you get to the point of actually doing.
I think
I'm going to throw this rope over there, do such and such a with this, with that,
I,
and then what I
I
hope to accomplish is something that has got nothing to do with the rope.
I don't think I've ever heard David say, "I'm gonna attack." Ever.
No,
Like,
he's
there's
got to make
no
it
way.
interesting, though, isn't he? He's got to
Yeah,
make it
exactly.
Yeah.
interesting.
Which, don't get me wrong, I love that
Oh,
because
it's brilliant.
like you're trying to use like the environment around you and manipulate everything to your
Oh, yeah.
advantage, and that's great.
It's awesome.
But
Awesome.
it's also frustrating sometimes because, like, what the hell are you doing?
Don't change, David. I love it. It's
No,
brilliant.
I will. But as I say, I'll be a little more clearer in the future what my
No, you
intentions
won't.
are.
No,
No,
because I'm enjoying watching Vash's reaction every time you're not clear. And every
And then
time he has
Kaz
to
will
turn to
come
me
in
and
and
go,
translate
Kaz,
me.
translate. I love it. It's brilliant.
Oh goodness.
It just makes it more enjoyable for those of us that are playing as well.
As I say, whatever Tom Nook, whatever Sam Nook is going to be doing in the future of the campaign of past masks, he'll be right up there to do something crazy out of the ordinary. Don't
We
you
wouldn't
worry.
expect anything less.
In fact, I would be very surprised if he did something ordinary, and I would be a bit disappointed in him.
Hmm.
I at least didn't try to scare off a priest. I would be
Tell,
so,
tell you
so.
what, where we're headed, Samuel will fit right through. Like, it's
He's going to fit in,
you're,
is he?
yeah, he's gonna fit in. He's not gonna be like the weird one out.
What? Really?
Yeah,
I'm
you're
very
gonna be like
sure
the
the
norm.
normal one will be the odd one out. You know that. If Sam fits in, the normal person being Tash, maybe, or Harry
Or
is going to be.
whatever Nick is playing.
No,
Hmm.
yeah. Nick won't play something boring. You know him. He
No.
plays. He
Nick is
plays a bit
probably
weird.
gonna play Jack's wife.
Oh, I hope so.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
that's
will.
gonna.
I hope so.
You
Um,
haven't seen the letter
we do
yet.
need to. We do kind of
A
need
letter.
to
Oh.
explain
Nick
to players.
Yes.
Nick sat down and wrote a letter that his character wrote to all of you before the last day of the campaign because he thought he was going to die.
Bas, do we need
So,
to explain to listeners what we're talking
no,
about?
we don't need to, but should we?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
would
We
say
are,
that.
we are talking about a 4-year long campaign that we ran that finished like a couple of months ago, was it?
yeah.
Something like that. So it is Masks of Nyarlathotep, which is like a very famous Call of Cthulhu Chaosium campaign, and it's amazing. And if you haven't played it, you need to play
Oh,
it.
it's
It should be
brilliant.
on your bucket list. It's
Oh,
amazing.
so
Yeah,
brilliant.
it tackles so many different uh, like adventures, all in combined into one sort of big
It's basically
overarching
like a
plot.
globe-spanning mega adventure that's like over the top, ridiculous, filled with cults and evil gods
Yeah.
and the end of the world, and it's really good. Anyway, um, so yeah, Nick is the only one in the campaign that actually died.
Died. Not just died.
Yeah,
Died.
like
Died.
died.
Because
Yeah,
this
Yeah,
is
oh
this is
yeah,
Pulp Cthulhu, so
he's probably
with
one
luck
of
you
the.
can bring a character back, but he's the only one who died. I died twice, came back,
yeah,
but
but you had your luck to use, and
I
yeah,
had my luck to use, but
Is he,
Nick ran out of luck.
is he the first one to die in that way in the whole entire world? Just give that a thought.
what by a nuclear explosion? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Nick died saving the world
Yeah.
basically with his
Hmm.
last
It was epic.
breath. It was epic. It
And
was
evolved
majestic.
as well.
We'll talk about it in another podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, so before that last session, before that last day of the calendar, because he felt that the end was coming to a close, Nick wrote this lengthy letter that neither of you were aware existed up till
No.
now,
Oh.
and of course, neither of you have seen yet.
Hmm.
And this is like how I'll kickstart the next part of the campaign
So
with
yeah,
the
tell
letter.
them that the reasoning for the next part of the campaign is to
Oh yeah,
finish
the
off
reasoning for the
my
next part of the
story
campaign.
arc.
Yeah.
Because apparently, maybe I might be a ghoul. And I
No,
say
really?
apparently, maybe, might be, because all of the women in my family are apparently, maybe, might be.
Isn't your mother and your sister also
I
ghouls?
don't know about my mother. I don't have a
She doesn't have a
sister. My
sister.
cousin and my aunt definitely are.
No, wasn't it? who else was in Plum Castle who turned into a ghoul right in front
That
of
was
our eyes?
my cousin and my aunt, and all of the women on that side. My mother, who
By the
is
way, major spoilers, guys, for Masks of Nyarlathotep, because
Well, we
oh,
didn't
yeah.
really. We didn't
some of
really.
it,
I mean, how long has it been out?
25 years.
I mean,
But then again,
But a lot of
things. They
people are
could
coming to
change
the
things.
hobby
Yeah,
now.
we
So
didn't
that's
really.
true.
We didn't really sort of say about specific characters, locations, anything really with
no, we
games.
didn't.
So it's pretty much like
We didn't really spoil anything.
could happen in this way to yours, but it could not.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Different things happen in different people's campaigns, but so
I'm really excited.
I'm really
Uh,
excited. I want to know what's going to happen to my character, and fingers
um,
crossed she doesn't die.
I almost picked up a book today from the Chaosium sale, because Chaosium is currently having a sale. Well, depending on when you listen to this podcast,
Yeah.
so they have like major discounts. Like some of the books are like a third of the price. You can buy them for like $10.
Oh, okay.
So which one were you looking at?
I don't know if I should say.
Why?
I mean, okay, I was looking at the Dreamlands one.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, I do
I
have
only
the
asked because she's
PDF.
got a birthday coming up soon, and I've looked for that other book and can't find it. So just saying.
Yeah, yeah, I was looking at that, but I already have the PDF and I opted not to buy it
Hmm.
because I have the info I need. But yeah, both Chaosium and Peterson Games currently have a sale going on, and if you're a fan of Call of Cthulhu, Peterson Games has a Call of Cthulhu conversion to fifth edition. No, wait, that's not right. It's basically a monster manual that's Cthulhu Monsters for fifth edition,
Hmm.
and it's really good. So if you ever wanted to pit your heroic players against Great Cthulhu, for instance, you can. There you go. Not
Like,
my thing, but some people might enjoy it.
they may do, yes. But what other books are going to be out? Like, was there anything else on Chaosium's radar that might be
Oh,
out?
there's a big list of things that are coming out.
Well,
Uh,
you sent me that 13th age
yeah,
Glorantha.
that's not actually. I don't think that's new.
No,
No,
but
'cause-
that
so
piqued my interest.
yeah, so they have the world of Glorantha and different systems to play it. So it's available in like um, RuneQuest, I think, and then you have 13th Age. So it's basically the Glorantha world in many different iterations, which is like a Bronze Age world, I think.
Yeah.
So kind of like ancient Greece, Rome. Please don't hate me, historians of the internet, if I get this wrong. Yeah, I'm not a history buff. Sorry, I try, but
Yeah, there's
yeah, but there's a lot of exciting things happening on the Chaosium camp. I know they're re-releasing Beyond the Mountains of Madness, um, and there's several books in production uh, that we're still waiting to hear about. But
Ooh.
2021 should be a very exciting year.
fingers crossed. Yeah.
There's whether or not they'll be released that year. They may have had something in production for a while now, and it would be available this year.
They
Sort
they
of a
tend they
self-release.
tend not to talk about their products until they're close to release. So that, there's not a lot of overhyping going on, like for 4 or 5 years before something is released. So yeah, when they do announce something, you know that it's like around the corner, like a couple of months away, probably. Which I'm all for, by the way.
Anything on your radar then, Cass, at all?
Um, not a huge amount to be honest. I'm obviously majority of my concentration is going on to the Icewind Dale, which
Oh,
I'm
how's
running
that
for you
going?
guys. It's going along all right actually. I'm doing the one shot for you guys in what, a couple of weeks?
Have we actually decided on a date?
No,
Is it? Was it the
I'm
20th or
not sure if it's the
27th?
27th or the 3rd.
It's the
I haven't got a
third.
clue anymore.
Is that the 3rd of February?
3rd
No,
of
3rd
Third
of
of
March.
March. That's what I mean. So I'm
Cool.
happy to do 27th, but if we can't get everyone together,
I can't do 27th.
well,
no.
then it's going to be the 3rd. I'm happy to do other weekdays, so I might.
I can do Wednesdays, so Wednesdays
Yeah.
are fine for me.
That's what I mean. I don't
So
really
am I.
want to wait until March to do this, because I'm hoping to start Icewind Dale soon. I just
So
want to get you guys
is
back
it gonna be
into
like an
playing
intro
together.
to Icewind Dale, or
No, I just want to get you guys back into playing. We're gonna have to do new characters for Icewind Dale, so
That's fine.
we'll have a session 0 to set up new characters. But because it's been so long since we've gamed as a group, I just kind of want
yeah?
to get people back into the feel of it, the way that we play together,
Remind me again,
because it's a bit obscure.
what do we play? Like, what character do you play, Last in that campaign?
Oh, what did I play?
Wasn't it that sort of like that's wizard? Wasn't it the one?
I have no idea.
One
Well,
What
with
the
you
the
guys
hell
are
did I
asking
play?
me.
the one
So
with the
we've
name.
got.
You caught me off guard there, David.
Yeah, sorry.
Do you remember what you were playing, David?
Yes, I do.
Go on then.
I'm playing what I call the Barbarian in this campaign.
Oh
Oh,
God,
right.
yes, I remember now. The
Barbarian.
Barbarian. Like you should be shunned from the role playing community just for that pun alone, David.
It's
But
not him who came up with it.
but where's the I have a Google Doc of the entire backstory of this one character. I
Oh,
made
he
a
has a backstory as well.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh
I haven't
yeah,
even set up backstory for
yeah.
half
The
the
name
games I'm in.
the name of the character is Various Stagehook, a orphan who was taken in by a family of playwrights and actors, where he grew up over the years. He, however, has found in his late age that he was actually born of an ancient dwarven descendants who have remained hidden across the world, and his latest relative is known to be a baker who specializes in extra hot bakery goods.
Was he a
And
master baker?
yeah,
Sorry,
I
I
don't
had to.
know.
It's in my contract. I
He
have to
did.
make lewd jokes.
Well, we're not sure if he had many children, you see, so he may have done, but I don't know.
Oh dear.
But no,
And there goes our last sponsor.
No, it's fine, it's
yeah,
fine, it's fine.
but
Yeah,
no,
we can recover. We can recover. Okay,
Yeah.
PG. Think PG. Think about the children.
Give over, PG. Not that bad.
Oh, I remembered my character.
yeah.
I was gonna say,
What
I've
was
got the
it?
characters here. Is yours Barrier Stagehook?
That's
No,
mine.
Me,
Yeah.
that's yours. Meek Charlotte.
Mix-a-Lot. That's me. I was playing a paladin, like
Yeah.
a vengeance, oath of vengeance paladin or something.
Mm.
Oath of Vengeance, yeah, that's it.
And I don't think anyone has noticed yet where I was going with this character, but I was hoping one day to be knighted
Alright.
Ooh.
and be a sir.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I thought that name sounds kind of familiar. I was like, why does that name sound familiar? And then
And then
obviously
I
when
would
you say
be
Sir
Sir
Mix-a-Lot,
Mix-a-Lot.
yeah. Hey, that's like my
See,
my
that's how I make characters these
fantasy
days.
character.
Like, I will think of a pun, and then I'm like, oh, I can make a character out of that pun.
That's
And
like
then,
my Odyssey character. Mayo Mace.
Mm.
Helmo Mayo
Mayo May.
Mace. Hellman Mayonnaise.
Oh
Helmo
no!
Mayo Mace.
I thought, where's this going? It sounds like mayonnaise, and then
Yep.
oh,
Helmo Mayo Mace.
oh man,
Yeah. I got
I think I'm
to. I got
I'm
to.
gonna keep this character, Kaz.
That's fine. I'm happy with
I'm
that.
gonna play this
We're gonna
paladin.
probably do more of the Y Chronicles anyway, because I've
Yeah.
got a lot that I want to put into that. But obviously we're gonna run Icewind Dale, which hopefully should be pretty good and should be very soon. As I said, I just want to get you guys back into gaming as a group because it's been so long since you've played together.
So, how much of the actual adventure have you read?
I've read quite a bit of it.
Is it good?
It is really good, yeah.
Nice.
I don't want to spoil too much, but it is good.
Does it
I
have
mean,
ice
you
in it?
mostly know a lot. No, there's no ice whatsoever. It's
Oh.
actually done in the desert.
Yeah,
Oh, so it's-
Icewind Dale is in the
Icewind
desert.
Dale is in the desert, David.
They like the first mayor of Icewind Dale was like major jokester and just
Yeah,
named it Icewind.
yeah.
The irony was not lost to them.
He was actually a fire tiefling as well, which was even funnier.
Oh man! Now we need a city that has a fire tiefling mayor.
Yeah. I tell you what, that's not impossible. As I said, you guys, I don't do serious games, so.
oh, I can't wait for this. Oh.
But yeah, the one shot. I'm not planning on doing anything major. Not doing anything serious. If anybody who isn't in the game has got any ideas for adventures or anything like that, I'm happy to have a look at them and run something for these guys, and then we'll talk about it. But yeah, just post a message or leave me a voice chat or something.
That reminds me, I still need to finish mine. Like I've been doing maps for the last week,
Yeah, see,
and
you're
I've still.
focusing on the wrong thing. I
Yeah, you're doing
whenever I
tons of
run something,
prepping,
I just
not
do.
gaming.
Yeah, last game I did for you guys, I prepped the night before, and that was it. And half
I
of it
once
was off the top of my head at the moment.
I once ran a session of Call of Cthulhu for some friends in a McDonald's back in Greece, and I had some notes written in a napkin.
Wow. Did you use the
I
like
mean,
French fries
I
or
was
like a grid?
17, yeah, but still.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do a lot of prep.
Did you
Majority
ice
of it is
cubes,
just
the
made it
gelatinous
up at the
cube?
top of my head.
We got a lot of weird looks from other people in McDonald's.
Oh, I bet.
I'll tell you that much. But it's the only thing. It was the cheapest place we could sit down at a table and do our
I can
thing.
also imagine when you were 17 in Greece. I mean, that's what like the devil worship and all sorts D&D. So
Yeah, it wasn't.
uh,
Yeah,
In a
that's
having a
we
probably
can.
what the biggest problem was. They thought you were
I'm so
family
worshiping the
friendly place.
devil.
I'm lucky I didn't get burned alive.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not funny, David.
It's not
I
funny,
could be
no.
burned alive.
Considering the sort of thing that Bass has told me, it's not funny.
No, it's kind of like I went,
It's surrealist.
really? Every time I hear it, I go, really? Like,
Well,
honestly?
you
And
know,
then you always surprise me again. It's like, oh.
Greece is like very Christian Orthodoxy,
Yeah, they're very
like
religious,
very,
aren't
they're
they?
very religious. Anyway, let's not offend anyone.
No.
No, no,
People
no.
are entitled
We
There's
to
want,
their
nothing.
own.
we
There's
want
nothing
Greek
wrong with it,
followers, you know?
but obviously D&D is
But
always
please don't
its
burn
own.
people for playing role playing games.
Oh,
Not cool.
Yeah, don't try that at home, people.
no.
Just
No.
saying. Maybe in a McDonald's, but don't try it at home.
McDonald's has sprinklers, so if it goes wrong, then the sprinklers will go on.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, burn
They
people in a
filter it down.
McDonald's.
Yeah,
No problem.
We've lost
Yeah,
the
but not
McDonald's
at home.
sponsorship now
exactly.
I really
That's
hope
great.
that
That's
doesn't
great
happen.
advice.
Please
That's
don't,
great advice.
guys. We have definitely lost
Don't play
Disney.
my matches.
Just saying, we've lost Disney.
Yeah, I just got an email. Yeah, we lost Disney. Oh man.
I just had someone shaking their head over my shoulder. I went, no.
Yeah,
God.
well, not being funny, but you did just shout burn people in McDonald's. It's fine.
Because I had
I don't
sprinklers.
blame them for shaking their head at you. Oh, David,
Oh,
we know you'll never do that. You're too
no,
nice.
I am. I would be the one who, like, drops zone and cleans it straight afterwards. I won't let anyone else do it. I'll clean it straight afterwards. So then the person who's going to be on my seat next doesn't need to watch their step.
I mean,
So
I
I'm like,
would do that as well. I would hope most people would, but
yeah,
that
but
reminds me actually. I was in Asda, not sponsored by him, by the way, taking the trolley back, and I got back to the trolley part, and someone left trolleys all over the place. I couldn't put it away without leaving it in the middle of the road if I was
oh,
lazy. So I moved a couple
oh,
of things around, pushed the trolley in properly, and there was a woman also dropping hers off. She goes, "Good job." I'm like, "Huh? I was just doing what you would normally do, but apparently
Yeah,
I did a good job."
you're doing the normal thing, and now you
The
get a
normal thing, and I got a
congratulations.
praise for it, and I'm like, thanks. I just smiled at her. I was
Yes.
like, okay.
Good
Yeah, well,
job for being a normal human being.
Yeah, there's a meme thing going around at the moment. It's probably been around like 100 times, but it's about people who put trolleys away as opposed to people who leave them lying around, because it's an unwritten rule, unspeakable rule. It's not enforced in any way.
Not unspeakable. I think
It's a,
I mean unspoken.
unspoken, yeah.
It's
No,
unspeakable.
you
We
can't speak
don't
about
dare speak
it.
about it.
But okay, so it's an unwritten rule. So it's not enforced. Putting the trolley back is not enforced. People want you to do it, but obviously they can't tell you off for not doing it. So
Yeah, but
the
it's
question
considered
is,
like polite
it's the polite thing to
behavior.
do.
Yeah.
So the thing was around, if you don't put the trolley back, are you a bad person? As
Yes.
opposed to if you don't, if you do put the trolley back,
Yes, you
yeah.
are.
yeah, essentially
Not
you
not a bad person in like the same
lazy,
length as
selfish, that sort of
Hitler,
thing.
but
Yeah,
you are a bad person because you don't think about the other people
you
who
don't
are
think
gonna
about other
use the same
people.
service as you.
Plus,
Yeah,
as well, don't they use the so to get them out in the first place? Don't you have to put like a pound coin?
not necessarily. These are the ones that you don't pay for, that they could just abandon if they wanted,
Oh,
right? And I was looking into it. There was a comment on there with a guy that actually said that if he sees someone put the trolley back, not put the trolley back, he purposefully takes that trolley and puts it behind their car when they're trying to leave the parking space. And I wanted to message him and say, you do realise that the people who don't put the trolley back are just lazy, inconsiderate people. You are purposefully malicious. That makes
wait a
you
minute.
worse than the non-trolley putter backers.
I know, right? That
I'm
doesn't
like, that
solve
makes you worse.
anything.
That actually makes you a worse human being.
Yeah. What you could do instead is pick up the fucking trolley and put it back and sigh at that person.
You
Yeah,
could
just
just say,
Like,
glare.
excuse
Give
me,
them a
but the rule
glare as they
here is
like.
to put your trolley back.
yeah.
Say something
Or
to them.
if you don't want to be confrontational, that's fine. Just do the thing,
If he,
and the universe will reward you with nothing
yeah, he's
because
moving the
karma doesn't
trolley.
exist.
He is moving the trolley anyway. Just put it away. Don't put it behind someone's car.
It's so
It's
passive
being more
aggressive,
of
isn't it?
it is. I'm like,
Yeah,
you're actually purposely being a bit of a dick there.
but yeah,
It makes
like
you a worse person, really, if you do that. I'm not saying that they shouldn't. Go for it. If you want to do that, go for it.
is this
But
a
don't
boy or
think
just a
you're
member
the
of the
hero of the situation when you do,
family? Yeah,
because you're not.
no,
I
that
agree.
it becomes more mean spirited, and maybe that's the reason why there were so many about when you put them all the way back is because this one person actually goes there and puts them in front of
Like,
people's cars.
I
I
think the
think they just
problem is
abandoned them. They
you
didn't
can't
care.
consider yourself like a moral person when you go and do a dickish thing like that.
Exactly. But he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm acting like the hero of the situation. Oh yeah,
Well,
teach them a lesson by doing." I'm like, "That's not better. You're moving the trolley purposefully to
Also,
get in their way. Just put
yeah,
it away."
it's highly unlikely that he's going to change his way of life
He's
by you
not.
being an asshole to him.
No, because all he would
It's
have
better
done
if you
is
talk
get
to
out
him
the
and
car,
say
move
like,
the trolley, get back in his car.
uh,
Simple
you
as.
can tell them like, excuse me, maybe you don't know, but you're supposed to actually bring your trolley back.
And you don't know that person's situation. They might have been disabled, unable to put the trolley back properly. They might have had children in the car. You don't know.
I
There's a
might have
lot of
had a bad day. We've all been assholes, at some point in our lives unintentionally, and then we think back and we're like, oh shit, I was an asshole.
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have done
we've
that.
all
But
we've all done it. It's it happens. So don't be too hard on people, especially during this shitty year we've all been having.
yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, let's not go there.
Yeah,
No,
La
we're
la la
I
always
la
going there.
la 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 la.
I just found it funny and wanted to share that this moral guy was actually being a bit of an
Thank you for
arsehole.
sharing.
You're gonna have to
Thank you.
beep that out, by the way. I'm fairly
What?
sure fairly sure saying arsehole is one of those words we're not supposed to say. I've done it twice
Really?
now.
Well, our
Yeah.
our podcast is listed under explicit,
Is
so.
it? Oh well, that's fine then.
Well, I had to list it under explicit. I I don't think it would qualify for the other
No.
bit.
Oh wait, that wouldn't apply because if it was a doctor's oncologist sort of like podcast,
Oh yeah, that
wouldn't that come up anyway? Like
maybe, but I've also said dick, and dick isn't a scientific word, is it?
no,
So
unless it's actually
Unless you're
doctor.
talking about a Richard.
Hmm.
that's true. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, So if we're going to say swear words, we just make sure that it's the same. It's the sort of word that you're allowed to say if you're talking
Like
about
cock.
something else.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah, like cock
cock,
roll.
Richard. Yeah.
Yeah, those sort of things. Okay, I'll do some research for next time.
Can you find a second use for fuck that's acceptable?
Ah, yeah. No,
No.
probably not. But
No.
I
uh,
can
we're,
look it
we're
up.
then we're fucked.
Clear my search history afterwards. But
Uh,
Ah,
going back to role playing games.
mhm.
Um, I'm noticing I have open here in my second monitor the Kickstarter that's currently going on for Pathfinder for Savage Worlds.
Savage
oh
Worlds, yes.
yeah, love Savage
Yeah.
Worlds.
um, so yeah, they're doing Pathfinder rules for Savage World. I'm not sure how it's gonna work. It's gonna like be an expansion for the basic Savage World rules. But what I find most exciting is that they are doing a conversion of Rise of the Rune Lords, which is like a very well known Pathfinder campaign for first edition Pathfinder. But they're doing it for Savage Worlds now, and it looks really cool. Like if I had the money to throw at this Kickstarter, I would. Like production quality and all that, it looks top notch. And I have Rise of the Rune Lords. I've read it. I haven't run it, and it's really cool. It's a really cool campaign.
Mm.
Still has like 15 days to go, and they've more than hit their goal.
Oh, yeah.
They've collected like £200,000, and their goal was like
Blimey.
6,000.
Is that just for
Yeah,
delivery? Because I just see some of these books, and like if you were to get them delivered, it would probably be, I don't know, quite a bit. So is that for delivery costs, or you know?
Oh, you got to be careful with delivery now as well because of Brexit. So
Yeah,
look into it closely. If you're ordering anything from
mhm.
Kickstarter, keep an eye on the VAT because of
Mm.
Brexit.
I did it in this one in December for a follow-up of one of my dice sets. It's going to cost me $20 to get them shipped, and they're just literally 2 packs of dice.
Yeah, I've been struggling to get I wanted to buy a couple of dice from Kraken Dice, but
Mm.
the shipping was the same price. Like the dice, they're not cheap dice anyway. I think 3 or 4 sets for 30 quid, and the shipping then added up to 30. And I was like, nah, I'm not. I like the dice. I don't like them that much.
Yeah, it was the same with that when I discussed about the Borderlands tabletop. The book itself cost around about $40.50, but then it would be another $60 on top just for delivery. So I went, no, like,
Just
who
can't
would?
afford to be a geek anymore.
I know,
No.
right?
Such an expensive
Um,
hobby.
the, Speaking of this Kickstarter, though, there is a table, um, a shipping table, where they
Oh,
have like the estimated costs for shipping across all tiers and across all regions.
okay.
So you get a basic idea of what it's going to cost you. It might differ slightly, but these guys have done a lot of Kickstarters. They do know their shit, So the prices they give are very close to what you're actually going to pay. But yeah, be careful, especially if you're in the UK now with Brexit. I know Chaosium has had a lot of trouble shipping stuff to their UK warehouse because they print their books in somewhere in Europe. Can't remember now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And then they ship them to their UK warehouse for delivery. But they have problem getting them across from France now, and they're stuck over there for like a
Yeah.
couple of months now.
Mm.
And there's a pallet of books I want that I can't get. Brexit.
It's the same with I've been waiting for a Kickstarter for about a year, and they say, "Oh, it's coming, it's fine." Oh, it's in Europe right now, and I went, "Oh no, in Europe, okay. How long is this going to take?" When I had that email, it was about 5, 6 weeks ago, and I've just said it's going to come over now, but it might take another 2 weeks. I'm like, oh,
Ah,
It's like,
It's those things that we knew were coming with Brexit, but now that we get to experience them, are so annoying. Like, can I just get my book? You know?
Yeah. I've got a few things kick-started. Just waiting for them. I've got one game on the way, a couple of board games all kick-started, and there's just been massive delays. These things are supposed to have shown up before Christmas last year, and I'm still waiting for them now.
And is that because of the shipping or because of the?
I think it's COVID has affected it more than anything.
yeah,
Shipping with COVID just seems to have taken so much longer. I've got I Am Death Now board game, which is apparently on its way to me. It's just made it into the UK today. Woo!
oh,
Okay.
thank Lord. Just so you know, that was my backup gift for you. I'm
Oh,
so
really?
glad I did not. I thought I got it, and I went, I got it because I really liked it. But
Yeah.
then I thought, I get another one for her. Nah, it'll be fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
it looked
I've got the
awesome.
email
So
too. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
oops.
I totally missed this. What is it that you got?
It's a board game called kickstarted called I Am Death Now.
I
And
am death.
yeah,
Okay, I heard I am death
no,
initially,
no,
and I'm like,
death.
that's a weird board game. Huh? I said that's a weird board game.
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah, no, you get to play Death in Training. Um, and you
And you,
basically have
and
to
you get to
kill off.
sign language other people, and it's
Yeah,
so cool.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm. But is it the American Sign Language or is it Universal Sign Language? Do you have to translate that? I don't know.
I'm sorry, but I want to do this game now.
We're making games, people. Come on, sponsor us. We're making games on the fly here.
I am
Ah,
deaf now. Pardon? That's the official title.
I'm deaf now, father.
Oh
Ah,
man, I would so play that game. By the way,
I would. That sounds awesome.
mm,
We need to start
uh,
putting this on paper. Anyone wants to make a game called I Am Deaf Now? Make it. Let us know. We'll play it on air.
ah, my goodness.
Yeah, so that's on its way to me. I've got some dice with little rubber duckies inside on its way.
Yeah, I've seen that. There's been a photo. They actually come in a little bathtub. The
That's
little
what I've
dice.
heard. I haven't received them yet. I'm still waiting for them.
wait, the dice are inside. The ducks
The
are
ducks
inside
are
the dice.
inside the dice.
Do they float? Is there like liquid inside the dice,
No,
or?
no, they're encased inside the resin inside the dice.
Ah,
But they do look really cool. Apart from the D4 has got little ducks painted on each side because obviously a little bit too
Yeah.
small.
so do you take these dice when you have a bath and play with them in the bathtub?
No, I put them on display like I do with all of the other hundreds of very fancy
I
dice.
think that's a missed opportunity. I think you should have a bath with your dice.
I'm gonna do it. Could you imagine sitting down on the D4?
Oh
Ow!
my god!
I step into the bath, the D4 just happens to be in
No,
the
no, no.
wrong place.
You first enter the bath and then pour the dice. Okay,
Oh, right,
not the
okay.
Yeah.
other way around.
Alright,
Oh,
alright, alright. But
that
still,
that'd be worse getting out of the bath, like trying to
And then you're gonna be
scrabble
like,
out
how
the
long should I stay in the bath? Roll a d20.
and then not
done.
find it because it's in the water
19.
somewhere.
Okay, someone needs to make floating duck dice then.
Oh.
Floating duck dice, yeah.
Mm.
We need that. We need that.
FTCs. FTCs.
We need those. So yeah, I've got quite a few things actually kickstarted. A couple of them are gifts for people, so I can't really talk too much
Oh
about
no.
those yet.
Um. Oh yeah. I.
Are they tentacled?
What?
I can't really talk too much about any of the things I have
Okay.
kickstarted right now.
Okay. That's good enough for me. They are tentacled.
But do you find that?
Only, no, I'm not talking about them. Sorry, David. What was that?
Yeah, I was gonna say. That's the thing that I've learned this year. Do not try to rely on Kickstarter for gifts, just
No.
because of the.
I thought you
I
were gonna say something about tentacles. I'm like,
no
what the
no.
fuck?
Not my,
We've just moved away from baths, David. Come on. No,
but
I have kickstarted them, but I
hmm.
have not set a plan in place for when the gift is going to be given. It will be
Okay.
given when it arrives, and it will be a case of If it's close to a birthday or Christmas, I'll wait. I'll hold off. But otherwise, I'm not setting it aside, or I'm not specifying it as this is going to be a gift for such and such a date. Because I know that with everything going on, so
I have the struggles at the moment. I did get one, planned it for Christmas, and
yeah,
2 of them didn't arrive. So
it's hard work.
yeah, I've still got the wrapping paper. Actually, I've still got the wrapping paper upstairs. It's still unfolded.
It's crazy. January is gone, guys. And
I know.
Oh, I know. I can't
what's
believe we're
happening?
a month into
A month into
2021 already.
2021 already. Yeah,
Mm.
it's insane.
And what have you been doing to keep up? Like, have you been watching any shows? Like
Yes.
anything new?
I don't know how new it is. I think it's pretty new, but Star Trek Lower Decks. Have you guys started
I
watching yet?
still have not watched it.
Is
It's
Oh,
that
on
the
my
come
animated
list.
on,
one?
guys.
Is that the animated
I
one?
mean,
Yes, it is. It looks. I don't know for sure, but it looks to be the same art as Rick and Morty. I think it's probably the same people because of the
the
artwork.
style looks the same from the
Style
Oh,
screenshots.
looks exactly the
it
same. Yeah.
kind of looks like. Have you ever seen Final Space?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, a bit like that.
How
But it's
is
obviously Star Trek Lower Decks.
Can we
It's just
confirm who
that?
who who does the drawing? Star Trek Lower Decks. Let's see. What does Wikipedia say?
Go on IMDb just in case.
Voices, composer. Well, typical. The art people never get mentioned.
no, they
Uh,
don't.
it's if it's a major
The
house.
series has a similar animation style to Rick and Morty. That's literally the first sentence in design.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Typical.
if you're wondering who's done it, or at least it seems to be part of Titmouse Animation. Have you ever heard of those? They are
I have
a
no idea.
Canadian. I was going to say Canadian, but they do. If you think of a show, they've probably done bits of it.
What's their name again?
Titmouse. So they are a company who's done loads of animated shows and companies such as name a few: The Venture Brothers, Son of Zorn, which is very good, by the way.
Okay, I'm looking at their filmography right now. It's massive.
I know. Tictone. They do a lot of Adult Swim. Oh wow! I've just Moonbeam City.
Yeah, sorry, people who
I have no
know who
idea.
Titmouse is. If you are offended, that wasn't our intent. But apparently, these guys, yeah, they're the real deal. They've done a lot of
Mhm.
stuff.
But he also made Big Mouth as well, which I'm not.
I like Big Mouth. I found that quite amusing.
Hmm.
Have you watched it? You don't like it, do you? Or
I tried to watch. I watched the first series, but did not think much of it.
all right,
Should I continue?
watching it?
Well, if you don't like it,
If you don't
no.
like it, no. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very good, but then that's just my opinion on it.
I've watched
I thought it was funny.
recently. I've been a little naughty and watched a series
Oh,
I shouldn't have, in the
oh.
sense that it's not released yet in the UK. I managed to circumnavigate a bit of it. I bend the rules a bit, okay? Okay, I
Oh.
bend the rules a bit, and I watched 30 Coins, and it's freaking amazing. And
Okay,
when it
so
gets
what is that?
launched, 30 Coins, it's basically, first of all, it's a Spanish production, I think,
Mhm.
which is weird because I didn't know HBO does anything that's not English, but apparently they do. So it's a Spanish production, and it's this priest who moves to a small Spanish village, and strange things start happening in said village. And soon they discover that the reason strange things are happening is because this priest, well, he came across something he shouldn't have. I don't want to spoil too much,
No, yeah, don't.
but yeah, but it's really good. Like especially the guy who plays the priest is such a good actor. And if you like Lovecraft, you're gonna love this series because it has this. Oh, if you like Lovecraft and if you like secret societies and what was that writer who wrote the Da Vinci Code?
Ooh.
Dan Brown. Is it Dan Brown?
Yeah, the books, yeah.
Mhm. That's
Yeah.
correct.
So it's got that type of feel to it. So there's a lot of like secret societies that you don't expect, and it takes a very popular Christian theology myth and twists it in a very interesting way that's never been done before. And it's so cool. Like when HBO finally airs this series in the UK, watch it. And if you are in other parts of the world who do have access to the series already, like the US, then lucky for you, go watch it.
So what was it called again?
30 coins.
30
30 coins.
coins. All
Well,
right.
there is a Spanish name for it as well, but I won't even attempt to.
Mm.
It's 30 coins in Spanish, but I won't try to butcher it.
Mm.
I've been watching, well, at least I finished 2 series, completely different from each other. Animated, of course, as I usually watch animated stuff. One being The Midnight Gospel by Panderton Ward and Duncan Trussell, which is a trip, I would say, about a spacecaster who goes into various universes and makes a podcast. And it's very, very weird. You can't really explain it in a sentence. But to say it's only one season, yeah, and it's really good. Like if you have some time, yeah, I say watch it. It's very, very good.
What's the name again, David?
A Midnight Gospel.
Midnight Gospel. Right.
Mm.
I mean, I'm not much of an anime fan.
Oh, it's animated, as in it's creator of Adventure Time is part of done this. So yeah, but
And Kaz,
ooh,
Yeah.
I know you recently finished watching a TV series that I am a big fan of.
Yes. Lovecraft County.
Yes.
Ooh.
How did you like it?
I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Wasn't scary, apart from the episode before the episode before the last episode. So
Okay.
yeah. So
Try
second
not to
from
spoil
last,
things. Yeah.
second from last episode was scary.
I think the
Uh,
scariest thing about that series was the very real portrayal of racism.
oh my
Mm.
word!
That was
White
oh that
people back
I know,
then were
right?
such dicks. I mean, I'm not saying they're good now, but
Mm.
I
But
spent
back
the
then,
whole time. I spent the whole
But
time going through it,
we
going,
tend to forget, even though it's not that far behind in our history, where people were,
yeah,
it
it
was
was
okay to have
terrifying.
slaves, you know,
It
but
was
seeing it
terrifying how
portrayed, oh
badly
my god,
they were treated. Absolutely terrible. I spent the whole time and asked Rob this. I spent the whole time going, "Why people are such dicks?" Like I literally just went through the whole thing going, "Why people are so mean? Why would they have done that? What purpose did they get from acting like that?" But
like the second you put yourself into like their shoes, you
yeah,
realize how terrifying their world
yeah,
was, because um, slavery didn't just end, and then everything was fine. If you think that, obviously you don't know what's happening in the world. Like people suffered a lot even after they were free.
yeah.
Like they were discriminated and are still being discriminated in some parts of the world, even well in so-called civilized parts of the world. Racism is still a rampart, but Jesus Christ, that series hit
That
me in the feels.
yeah, definitely. I was shocked. I mean, I knew it happened. I knew obviously I knew about it and I knew how bad it was, but I didn't realize until watching it, like
Yeah,
it just struck me a bit more that it was terrible. It wasn't just bad, it was terrible,
it was.
horrific,
It was
and
it was so
it's
bad that like one of the wishes of one of the black protagonists is to
yeah.
be white.
yeah,
Imagine that
yeah,
just
that's awful.
the change of your color would like change your whole life
It did.
around.
It yeah.
Wow.
It did show exactly
It's
that.
amazing.
It was really good. Definitely worth a watch.
Very good
Absolutely.
production quality. I like the way they approached the Cthulhu mythos, which is not canon, but it's really interesting at the
Mm.
same time. and I think like they have a lot of great ideas that if you have any interest in horror,
Mhm.
you'll love this series so much because it's going to give you so much new ideas to incorporate into your games, into your writing, into whatever. It's so good.
Hmm.
I would
Uh,
100% watch something else. If they produced it in that style, or even Lovecraft, I would definitely 100% watch it because I think it made me want to watch more.
Yeah.
If there's a second season, which I don't know, if there's a second season, I will most definitely watch it. It was
Hmm.
that good.
Yeah, because has there been a confirmation about a second series? I thought there was some buzz around it, or at least.
It is based on a book, so if we go by the book, it's done. But then again, this is Hollywood. You don't know
I mean,
if
the way it
something is
ended
popular.
kind of made me think that they might decide to do something more.
Yeah, they always leave the door open for a
Yeah,
second season, don't they?
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but I
Uh,
just hope that if it does come out, that it's as good as this one because
Oh,
this one was really
hmm.
well done.
They
it was
might
really well
do. They might do like say like they got Lovecraft Country, but then they do a sequel series, but not an actual direct sequel, and
Yeah,
sort of like
kind of
they.
like we did with our Cthulhu game. Like as Vassar say, we didn't actually do a series. You just kind of tagged them all together.
Yeah,
Something like that would work.
Well, if you want to
they can
know
do a
as
spin-off. Yeah,
if you want to know as well, the director of Lovecraft Country herself is doing the new Lara Croft Tomb Raider movie, the sequel. She's in charge of it now. She's been appointed to do the direction,
Hmm.
and say it's been I think it's been like 35 years or 25 years since Lara Croft Tomb Raider came out, something like that. But yeah, they announced a whole slew of different things for it, including the new director. Is it Misha Green? Was she? Was her name cropped up on a lot of them?
I think yeah, Mr. Green is the uh, he was he was she was oh god
She.
she okay, she was involved in Lovecraft Country. Uh, I think she developed it for the TVs, did the adaptation
Yeah.
of it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, just an interesting segue that actually worked out. Yeah. So, but no, I think if I had like time, I will go invest into Lovecraft Country, even though I'm not a horror fan. But
I
I
from
think
playing,
I
I mean,
think
I wouldn't. It is horror because it's Cthulhu, but I would not class it as a horror TV show.
yeah, if
It
Kaz
wasn't
can watch it,
scary.
I think
If
it
I can watch
yeah,
it, you'll be fine.
you're fine.
I don't do horror, you know that. I mean, I watched the thing and freaked out a little bit, even though it's not actually scary. It was a little bit scary, so you know,
But the
I can
scares have a
watch it.
good payoff all the time, and they're not cheap
Yeah,
scares.
but I would definitely recommend Lovecraft County. I am a wimp when it comes to
Oh yeah,
horrors now. Didn't used to be, I am now. So there's only one episode that I was a little bit scared with, and the rest of them were fine, but just really well made.
I'll say that the human horror is worse than the mythos horror
Yes,
for me, definitely.
humans are so scary.
Anyway, that's all the time we have for this week.
no, we've gone on over an hour now. So
We
yeah.
have.
Oh my goodness.
And sorry,
Thank you to
guys.
everyone who tuned in again to listen to our drivel.
Yeah.
We do appreciate it. We hope you like our show, and we do wait for your comments or
Mhm.
criticism, whatever you got. Bring it
Yep,
on.
give it to
Whatever.
us. Yep.
We'll listen
And
to
now
it
David will
and
do
cry.
the outro as
Oh,
always.
I'm not kidding. Okay. I thought about this a bit last night and a bit this morning. I'm going to go for it. Here goes. Thank you for listening to Dice Warmers. We've been David, Bass, and Kaz, and we've talked for a good hour or so now. So I think this is time for us to leave it, and we'll give our final goodbyes. So this has been David. Good night, and I'll pass it on to you.
And this is my final goodbye. I'm Vas.
Final. Well,
Well, he said final goodbyes, so
I was gonna say I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Just be
Yeah,
on
sorry
my
to-
own then.
sorry to
Be on my own
disappoint.
next week.
We'll see you all next week.
See you all.
Bye.
Bye, people. Bye.